Hello, Aquarius, and welcome to Elevated Intuition. Today we are looking at the energy for December. I have 4 tarot cards for us, but the first card is an affirmation for you for this month. I've pulled one for everyone, and you have engagement. This has come up a couple times. Today I will make the conscious choice to engage with the world in an active way. I'll take a new route and talk to strangers. I will smell flowers and pet dogs and maybe walk around barefoot for a while if I'm not inside a 7-Eleven. At the very least, I'll have a day that's slightly more interesting than average, and at the most, I'll have a startling epiphany or make a new friend who will change my life forever. No pressure. So what I love about this is just allowing things to be. Also, we get kind of focused on things, especially this time of year. Like we have lists, right? I need to check this off. I need to get this. I need to go here. I need to do that. I need to talk to this person. I need to do that. But what makes life fun and interesting is the unexpected of who rolls into your life, the unexpected of like what comments are made. And you know what? In the moment, we don't know that it's something that's going to change or shape our lives until much later. And a lot of times it's just like a little pebble. It's like that grain of sand that gets, I don't know if it gets stuck or but inside of an oyster that makes its way and makes a pearl. So be open to things. And then just looking at your cards and then looking at this, it's really interesting. So working with other people, engagement seems like something that's big for December for you. Also, like they're toasting and they have cups. And looking at your cards, you have 3 cups cards. So cups are about of course, sharing with other people, but it's emotions. So emotions might be like up and down, especially with the cards that we have. So just pay attention to that because your emotions help. They're meant to guide you. They're meant to help you. A lot of times we just take emotions at, face value and we're just sad in the moment or happy in the moment or whatever. This might be a good month for you to practice being that observer of your emotions. And why does something make you sad? Why are you so focused on these 3 cups that have spilled when you have this beautiful table and all of this stuff set up to enjoy with other people over here? So that's just coming out right away. These cards I pulled with a specific intent. So I'll let you know what that is. And the first one is what energies will be flowing with you this month. And we have the 7 of Cups. The 7 of Cups is a great energy of flowing because, as you see, we've got this witch here, and she has all of these amazing possibilities in front of us. We'll get more into that as we go through this. We have the 5 of Cups, and where should you be focusing attention this month? And I think that it might be a challenge for you of where your attention is going because in the 5 of Cups, she's focusing her attention on these lost cups and not appreciating the just turning around, like doing a 180 and seeing the beautiful spread. Like there's 2 cups here that are full. There's a whole wine bottle. There's friends to share things with, a beautiful celebration behind you. And it's really interesting. And it happens to all of us how we get in this mindset of like one negative thing becoming kind of dominant for us in our day, in our week, in our month, and we need to learn to let those things go and focus really on the positive. Like the negativity you feel, like going back to what I was talking about with emotions, that's important. But become that observer again, like why did this upset you? And then you can actually do something about it versus just letting it ruin your day and then you go out and ruin somebody else's day and make things worse. The third card we have is the Page of Cups, and this is what challenges you might face this month. And I almost feel like the Page of Cups is somebody who wants to be very creative. A challenge with that might be getting started. And when we have so many choices here with the Seven of Cups, it might be hard to like narrow it down. Like, how do you want to be creative? This person is being creative with her paintings. But again, you know, she is just starting out. She's a beginner at something. And a lot of times it's hard to start off. And a lot of times when we have all of these choices, like there's a book here, there's money here, there's, you know, plants. How are you being creative? Are you being creative in how you plant things? Are you being creative in what you write? Are you being, because these are all forms of creation and being creative. And it just can be overwhelming to like even pick something to do, or especially when, you know, I was saying something about having that list where we have to check all the boxes and get everything done. I feel like though that this is like, don't forget about that. Take time out of your own, and don't worry if you aren't perfect at something. The masters have failed more times than the novice has tried. And this can even be like in your field, like there's something that you do day to day, and how can you inject a little bit of joy and a little bit of creativity in that to help you out? And maybe you're not really comfortable, you know, expanding the confinement that is your job role or your career, but it's good. It'll be good for you. Maybe something comes of it, maybe it doesn't. I mean, we're the Page. We don't know yet. You don't know until you try. And the fourth card is, there's something you should work towards letting go. And we've got the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords is the perfect card of things to let go. When we've got emotions running high, people coming in and communicating to you their drama can be difficult, right? You can take things the wrong way. They can say things the wrong way. There's a lot of ways that information can come in, and I feel like giving people the benefit of the doubt, expecting the best. But I also, in this Five of Swords, is remember kind of like we're all in this together. This engagement over here when we're talking about like taking a new route, talking to strangers, it kind of is an opening for us to explore more. Where the Five of Swords is not necessarily about exploration. It's more about like pushing our will onto others. And it's not necessarily the best thing, and it doesn't get you this epiphany that you might be looking for. This is definitely like checking off those boxes, making sure you get exactly what you need, that you think you need from a store, no matter what. And it doesn't matter that, you know, the chaos that you leave in your wake. The Five of Swords also talks about like winning the battle but losing the war. Like, and sometimes we think about going shopping and in this way as a battle. And I am kind of like, the rest of the cards are like, don't feel like everybody around you is your adversary. This is really interesting. I just noticed this as well, when we've got the Five of Cups kind of leading here into the Page of Cups. The scene kind of, I mean, we've got water, of course, on either end, but you know, all you need to do is turn around and you can there's beautiful things for you. And the Five of Swords and the Five of Cups are kind of connected in that way of like looking at things from the wrong perspective. We need to shift that, especially because the overall goal should be, yeah, of course we want to, whatever the holiday season is here, we want to get the best gifts that our family wants, but they don't want you to do that at the expense of others. And there's always a way to honor the people around you. And like this engagement card was talking about, like why not make a new friend? Why not have a great time? Why not expect that when you walk into Target that you're going to have fun with the people around you, instead of like, oh my gosh, this toy that the little girl on my list wanted isn't here, and then focusing on that. I'm sure there's several things that are, and what should be more important is maybe spending time with her, creating memories and being creative together, versus making sure that she has whatever that hot toy is on the list. I think this year is Gabby's Dollhouse. I can't find that for my daughter, but the Tickle Me Elmos. What else were people like fighting over? And the funny thing is about the Gabby's Dollhouse is I can find it online, but it's like 5 times as much. Oh yeah, those gaming systems that were like hot. It's crazy. It's crazy. This is about stepping out of like that craziness, because it doesn't make sense at all to just be, it should be enjoyable. It should be fun. Like that's the spirit that we should be embracing, Aquarius. And I feel like this is just a reminder of like, hey, step out of your comfort zone, do something fun. You make this about experiences, make this about connections with the people around you. Oh, and I love this. We've got 2 yin. So there's the yin and the yang, or the yang and the yin. Yin is the feminine. Yin is kind of in masculine and feminine. Like masculine is also order, right? And so then yin would be chaos. But there's a balance to that. It's also, though, very connected to the Cups cards, because it's very connected to emotions and just flowing and allowing things to happen, and just being open to new possibilities and experiences. There's more to it. There's being open to, opening up your heart, opening up to love, which I feel like the 5 of Swords here, that would, when you're having a combative situation, you feel like your way is the right way, but you're upsetting other people. Like, be open to what they have to say. Maybe you will learn something new. Every person knows something that we don't know. And when you have a conversation with somebody, they know you know something, they know something. And when you converse, there is a third thing in the middle that is created. There's a lot of creation here, and the feminine is creation energy. The Cups is creative energy. We're creating new lovely experiences, new lovely things, and we can do that with other people. That third thing that, you bounce ideas off of each other, and it can be very quick. It can be very in depth. It could be, and that's what Socrates called like the dialectic. You know one thing, they know one thing, you converse, and there's a third thing known. So so that's like, where an epiphany can come from. And Aquarius, the final card I have for you today for December is Unfinished Symphony. So leaving things unfinished, when we're creating, make sure that you have some follow through. But this is kind of more than that as well. There might be some unfinished business with friends and family and with situations. And I feel like forgiveness is a really big part of this unfinished symphony, even though I don't think the book about this talks about it. But when you have unfinished business, that thing keeps coming up. That person, that situation. They talk about if you, like, in dating, if you don't deal with your issues in relationships, you kind of keep dating the same person. It's just in different forms. So if you're like are dating and you keep meeting that same person, essentially it's not physically the same person, but they have the same traits, they have the same qualities, they let you down in the same ways. There's some unfinished business there. There's some unfinished things that you need to look at. Sometimes that's hard because you're like, well, what the heck? What the heck is it? But that's where your emotions come in. That's where your intuition comes in. That's where, when you become the observer of your thoughts, you can start to pull those strings and unravel that mystery and dig deep and figure out, like, oh my gosh, when I was a child, such and such happened. And that's why I think that relationships should be this way. And something shifts and you're like, it doesn't have to be that way. And then you go on to have a happy, healthy relationship. Or maybe it's a happy, healthy divorce where you, because I know a lot of people who are trapped in situations that they just don't want to leave because of, like, they don't believe in it. And I'm not saying that you should or shouldn't. It's just, you absolutely need to go with your ideals, but certainly question it. And if it is causing you anger or harm, you need to look at it and figure out what is right for you, because everybody's situation is different. Your worldview is different than my worldview, and you need to do what's right for you. And that's what I have for you, Aquarius. I hope that you have a fantastic December. Sending you lots of love. Thank you so much for being here. I totally appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.